Hey guys, recently I had someone ask me to kind of give a more in-depth insight for how I record my guitars. Granted, you haven't really heard much for like recorded songs yet. I'm still working on that stuff. Hopefully it'll be out, eventually, but I'll get to that later. So basically, it's a pretty cheap setup. I mean, okay, I can't say it's pretty cheap, but I mean, it's not, studio grade or anything, but I do feel like I get some pretty good tones out of it. So I just got my Fender Tele here, and a lot of the new videos that you've heard, maybe not a lot of them, at least some of the newer ones don't have me hooked up to an amp at all, because I have some stuff here and I have some stuff back in my old room where I keep like my amps and stuff like that. So it kind of makes things difficult, but I mean, the sounds that I get out of what I'm going to show you now, I think are just as good, if not better, than miking up my amp, or even just getting the camera audio from the amp. So let me show you what I use right now. I got this cable going over to my iPad. This is just an iPad mini. It doesn't have to be, a full-size iPad or anything like that. And in fact, you can actually use a iPhone. And this is an app that I've been using for a little while called Jamup. Some of the guys in Periphery were using it for a while, and that's where I kind of got the idea to try it out. Now you need this cable, or this plug here, in order to get it to work. This is a 1/4 inch cable, so it's just a normal 1/4 inch instrument cable, and then it has a 1/8 of an inch input, and that's basically like a normal just like headphone jack input. And so my guitar is going into here, and then I have this going into the input of my audio interface, which is right here. This is just a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Sorry for the how dark it is down here. It's just underneath my desk. But basically, it's just going into channel 1 here, and like I said, it's a 1/8 cable, but I have this adapter here that changes it to a 1/4, and it actually has it's like a dual input, which is pretty cool. So you could put XLR cables in there, or if I wanted to, I could even hook my guitar straight to that. But if I was going to do that, I would need like some patches and stuff online, or I'd need like some different recording software like on my computer already in order to do that. So I have the iPad going to the interface, and then the interface has a USB output in the back that just goes straight to my computer. Nothing fancy, I'm not doing anything nuts with that. And then I have the headphone jack just going to my headphones. So overall, it's nothing complicated or anything. And from there, I have my normal sorry, I'm so fucking messy right now. I have my normal recording software right here, which I'll show you. And I'm just using Reason. Reason came free with, what did it come free with? I think it was a pod, Line 6 pod that I was using for a little while. And all you really have to do in this is just make sure in the preferences that it's picking up the audio from the Focusrite audio driver, and that's pretty much it. So from there you pretty much just have to try and figure out the tones that you want to get out of this app. And like I said, this is called Jamup. It's by Positive Grid. And I didn't mention this plug, this Positive Grid plug that you need in order to connect to it. I bought mine on Amazon. You might be able to use some other sort of plugs for like iRig or whatever else, maybe some other sort of amp software or whatever. But this is what I use. I mean, the plug was like 20 bucks or something like that. You know, it was a little pricey, but without it, you know, it's pretty useless. So, and I will say, the free version of Jamup is okay. You know, it definitely gives you some cool options. But if you really want to, you know, break some ground, you're gonna have to spend some money and buy some of the amp packs. But what's cool about that is they're broken down into genres and sections and stuff like that. So if you want like only the metal amps, you know, you can just buy the metal amps if you want. You don't have to buy like the really like clean like Fender type amps and stuff like that if you don't want to. So that's definitely something that you're going to want to do. Figure out what you're going to want to use. And there's different types of pedals. There's different types of... There's tons of stuff you can do, because you can change around like where the amp is. You can change the amp settings, the pedal settings, the order of the pedals. You know, there's so many things you can do. So I've got a couple settings here already done, and let me just run through them, give you an idea of some of the tones that you can get. And I'm just gonna set this up to record right now. Oh, wrong spot. Oh boy. Alright, so that's technically recording now. I'm gonna put it on a clean, and then I'll go to like a crunchy, and then I'll go to like a heavier tone. So you can kind of get an idea. So as you can see, there's definitely a lot of options that you can do. I mean, I'm pretty much just scratching the surface with what I'm showing you, but I have spent a lot of time tone searching and figuring out what I really like. And the quality of the clips that you're gonna get are really, really nice. I'm very impressed with this app, and you're definitely gonna be hearing me using this in the music that I'm eventually gonna be releasing. Hopefully soon. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. It's really not a complicated setup. I mean, it'll cost you a little bit of money. I mean, obviously you need the guitar, you need either an iPhone or an iPad or something like that if you're going to use this app specifically. I mean, I know there's a lot of different types of apps out there that might be good. Just showing you what I use and what works for me. So, and the interface, I don't remember how much the interface cost me. I think it was like 150 bucks, but so far it's definitely worked as perfect as I could really expect it to be. So it's definitely worked better than other like Line 6 ones that I've used. So that's all I really got. Thanks for watching.